Oh, nope. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. We're still working on Dephemerember. It is the last week of Dephemerember. I'm excited and sad all at the same time. Because now I can go back to making my regularly scheduled videos, which are similar to that, just without prompts. Although sometimes there's prompts, you know. So today's prompt is friendship bracelet. And you'll notice my video did not come out on time. I mean, it didn't come out when it's usually coming out. It is coming out on the day. But, you know, just think about it. Do you think worse of me because I didn't get it out when I normally get it out? No, you didn't. So stop stressing about when your makes are done or when your videos come out or which prompts you do or don't do. It's all good. You do the prompts you want to do. You do them when you want to or when time allows. You put family first, crafting second. I know we all want to put our crafting first. Family comes first, no matter what. Just enjoy the holidays and just have fun with it. All right, so my first idea for friendship bracelet was to do a belly band, but you might have noticed I've already done 2 belly bands in here, so I don't want to do another belly band. And then I wanted to do some tabs, but that was not, there's the other belly band, that was not working with what I was trying to do. Because the way I make friendship bracelets, they always come out a little bit wonky. So, let me show you. Well, I had thought I had stuck a piece in my bag that I brought downstairs so I could show you. But basically, when I do a friendship bracelet, and it starts out with this deep angle, and that doesn't really work real great for putting a tab. And also, unless I want to use the floss, the embroidery floss to make it flat enough, then I'd have to use like it would take me forever because to get it the width that I want across here, it just takes a long time. So this one actually is intended to be probably more of a tab off the top of a tag. But then I was like, well, how do I put it on there? So I'm going to make a tag and then I'll put this at the top of the tag. I think that's what I'm going to go for the bracelet part. I still want to do my tabs though. And so I'm just going to use fabric for my tabs instead. And I've got some little scrap fabrics in here. So I want to make some tabs out of my fabric. And then I'm going to put in an eyelet in and hang off a charm. Because when I think of bracelets, I think of charms on the bracelets. As you've seen in many of the videos already. And if I had been smart, I would have printed off Effie's letter or poem. Go check out Barbara's video, Barbara 49 Dragonflies. Effie wrote a poem. And if you want to see Barbara cry or hear Barbara cry, then that's the video for you. She might have cried a little bit. It's okay. It's okay, Barbara. We love you. And it's your sensitivity is one of the things that we absolutely love about you. So, let's see. That actually could work on that page. So, yeah, I want to do a couple tabs in the book. And I'm just going to do them fabric. Or, ooh, I just thought of something. Don't mind me. If I just do the 3 strands, I could do it just right down there. So maybe we won't do a tab. Tab, I don't know. So I don't need a lot for that. So I'm just going to take, I am going to do this like this though. And one of these. I haven't done it with this, so we'll see how this works. But I'm going to double this one as if it's... Wait, really? Really? Why? Why you gotta do me that way? And I say, why? Why? Tell him that it's human nature. Alright, I need these to be like that. Okay. That one's gonna be annoying, but... So the way I usually would do this is I would just tie the top, which I might do this time, because I need this... and this to kind of, yeah, like that. So I'm going to tie this, I think I'm just going to tie it around this maybe even. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. And I'll tie this. And then I need something to hold it because I was not. But I also, when I watched the macrame videos, I was like, oh, you could, you know, loop it onto something. What? I don't know. What can I loop it onto? I don't know. Pencil? If I had a place for the pencil to be held. All right. Well, I've already cut that off, right? I don't need to be attached to anything. But I do need something to weigh this down. Or find my tissue box, because the tissue box is the other thing. I know my tissue box is right here. And I did eventually do a little bit of research, because at first I was like, well, friendship and bracelet, we know what those are. But there are some symbols of friendship. So if you're looking for, you know, something a little simple, then you could definitely just do like some symbols of friendship. Like, let's see. Hold on. I had them. I did. Oh, certain pieces of jewelry or types of tattoos, plants, or gemstones may be used to represent true friendship. Signs such as interlocking hearts, friendship arrows, or the infinity symbol could also hold similar meaning. That is from BetterHelp.com. Let's see, what is the object of friendship? Oh, what animals represent friendship? Dogs, turtle doves, dolphins, horses, and wolves. And that is from LoveToKnow.com. And, so yeah. Oh, there's flowers too. Yellow roses. That's right. I knew that. That's my mom's favorite flower. So yeah, there's symbols of friendship that you could be looking at. All right. When I make this, my friend Heather taught me how to make this at camp one year. When she went with us, my grandfather used to run, camp each summer. He would rent out the, was it the boys' side or the girls' side of the Fairhaven camps up in Maine. And for a week we'd have Bible camp. And I remember one summer, I think it was when I was around 13, we all went from Massachusetts to Maine in the back of a pickup truck. Hashtag Gen X. Because that's what you did. I mean, there was a cover on it, so if it rained, we were good. But, you know, there were no seat belts. There were no seats. We were just in the cab of the pickup truck. And, yeah. Now, this is getting a little bit bulkier than normal because I'm using thicker yarn type. Like, I think this is like the yarn you would use for macrame. And then that last one is like 2 pieces because, you know, I wanted it to be fluffy when I put it through. So, and as you can see, it kind of did. Ooh, and we got the fluffy part right where we need it right now too. That's awesome. So yeah, I'm just gonna make this. So this is how I can make it part of the tab. I wasn't able to do my original idea, and that's okay. Sometimes we have a lot of ideas and it's hard to narrow them down. Sometimes our original idea just doesn't work. And sometimes we just don't have time to do it all. Or sometimes a prompt just doesn't hit us quite right. And we're just like, no matter what, we have no idea what to do. Alright, so I'm just kind of going around and then pull this through. The important thing is that you keep this one that you're going around taut. You go around it. You pull this up. You don't go like this ever. You just pull that up. This is how I learned to make them. I did learn a little bit of macrame. I had to go research some macrame and see how to do that. The slip knot is going to take me some time to figure out. And then also I started kind of playing with, doing 1 instead of 2 and doing 2, 3, or 4, which is what I did with this one. So these are like all 2, I think, and then I kind of skipped a couple things and went down like 3 and then skipped, I don't know. Maybe I could show you, but it seems tedious to me. Yeah, that year at camp, I think that was that the year I got bit by a snake, or was that the year that I chipped a bone in my ankle? Because, I had to be extra. Which is fine, because, it was one... No, it wasn't fine, because It was my uncle was the EMT that would, you know, be the nurse kind of person there, right? And if you have uncles, you know, they're not nice in a crisis situation. They are, they will tease you and tell you terrible things. Like that the tetanus shot needles in Maine are like big and square. They'll tell you all kinds of terrible things. Okay, so that might work nicely on the tab now. Yeah, I just that's how I hold it sometimes. Or the macrame people, they do the slip knot over the back of the thing and the thing and the thing and the thing. But that's kind of, then you have to like either make sure it's a straight pole so you can get it off, or yeah, or do it all at one piece like this one, and then you end up with this long thing. So I don't know. All right, so I think I'm going to put like a dab of glue on each end to keep it from continuing to do whatever it is I don't really want it to do. And will it show up a little bit better on, yeah, I think I like that one. And I brought down these scissors, yay. The weirdest songs come into my head. You know, like, you don't bring me flowers anymore. Weird. So weird. I know. I'm aware. I'm aware of my weirdness. Alright. I know I don't need it that long. How long do I want it? I don't know. We're going to try there. See if we like it. So, if I was smart, I would sew this on. If I was smart. If I were a rich man. Alright, I'm going to put this, well, maybe not on that side. Maybe we'll try a different page altogether and see what happens. Oh, I could put a little bit of this on that tab even. It's a little bulky for that. Alright, now I know. If I use the embroidery floss, it won't be as bulky. Where is a place to use the tab? This might be nice. Yep, I think this will work. Like, yep, right here. Okay. I am going to staple this all on. No, that's too thick for this stapler. I'm sure I'll glue it on after I staple this bit. There we go. Just staple the tab on. Regular staple's fine. You don't have to have the Tim Holtz one, but it is kind of fun. Now, this that I tied at the end in a weird way that I don't usually tie it like that is probably going to just need a little glue to keep it from, I could use a glue gun, or I think I'll just use some Fabri-Tac, and I'm just going to put a little blob of glue on there and let it dry, and then I'll cut that off, and then, you know, I'll be back in a minute when it dries. Might not be ideal. I've never done it like this. I've always made like bracelets that you like attach to something. So let's let that dry for a minute. BRB. Alright, I'm impatient. I'm not letting it dry, but I am just going to go ahead and put some glue on here. Nice, good amount. And smush this onto here. I always know the front because the left side is always taller than the right side. I mean, it looks okay from both sides, so it really wouldn't matter. Crud. But it is a little fluffier on the front. So I'm just going to put that on there. And I made it too short. As in, I made the fabric too short. That's okay. I'm going to let that... I don't know if I can cut off the ends or if I should have just let them fray, but you know, it's okay that, no, I don't like it. This was part of my problem. Did I just cut into the paper? I hope not. There we go. The glue will hopefully, and I'll add a little bit more to the ends, keep it from unraveling completely, kind of like I'm doing right now. Yep, sometimes we unravel a little bit. I don't know that burning the ends of this one would keep it from doing whatever. Like, I don't want it to unravel, not just the yarn itself, but the piece that I made. You know what I mean? So a little glue on both ends to hold that. And I'm trying to think if I want to cover those staples or not. I know I've got some lace and I've got some denim. So either bit would work. This is just denim from a pair of my son's old pants, and they were ones that he wore on a missions trip. It was an in-state mission, so they went and they like helped elderly people to with their projects, or people that, you know, couldn't do some household projects on their own. They went and did that. Let's see, how many of these do I want to pull off? And do I want it that wide? I don't think that I want it that wide. I cut it in half. Oh, denim. Denim doesn't really tear super easy to begin with. There we go. Then I can put one on each side. Do we like the denim? We kind of do. It finishes it off a little bit. And then I was also going to put an eyelet in this, wasn't I? Because, you know, we'll just go over the top with it. I told you I'm extra also. Got a little hair coming off the top, but he's flat on the bottom. That works for me. Alright, where's the other piece? So we got this piece, which more of the blue is coming off. And put this on the other side. Just, can you see? Yes, you can. Oh, good. I was like, do I have to move the book? Alright, I'm just going to cover the staples on this side. So I hope you guys have been enjoying dephemerember. I know some people have asked about the little mouse. Barbara says he's not a mouse. He's Effie. Oh, here he is right there. And you can find him as freebies from Barbara and Louisa. And if you look underneath their videos in the description box, which to get to the description box, you go under the video and there's either a thing that says more to click on, or there's like a little V like this to click on, which brings down, and then sometimes you have to click more again to see everything in the description box. Oh, I forgot for a second what I was doing. So, and then you can find all of their free digitals, and then she also has put all of her, Barbara has put all of her dephemerember paid ones in her shop in one section, so they're easy to find. And Louisa has all hers on her Etsy shop. Should also be fairly easy to find. And I'm pretty sure that I can go ahead and use the smaller side for this. And I'm going to hang it off. I'm going to hang it off up here because we're at the bottom. And apparently there's this secret. You take a piece of paper and put that under there to try to. This would have been better to do before I had it on the page. Just saying. Totally recommend doing this before. I think you're maybe supposed to put it on top, but that's okay. And then go ahead and put my little eyelet in here. If you don't have eyelets, you could just put a little hole in it. Or, I mean, just use a safety pin. It's fabric, so you could just put a safety pin right through there without having to punch a hole in it or anything, which might have been smart. But did that just go through? I just did. There it is. I just did the small hole, so I should be able to put in the small eyelet without it falling out. It's supposed to be easy. It would have been easy if I had done this before I put it on the page, just saying. There we go. Oh, shoot. It locked. Don't lock. And it went through the fabric. All right. Well, what do we do with that? Well, we'll just get the bigger one. And I'm pretty sure did I do the big hole instead of the little hole? Is it? No, I thought I did the. Anyway. we'll just, I must have done the big hole because that is the big hole. So when you're doing the small eyelets, you do this and that flat one there. And then when you want to do the bigger ones, you do that piece with this piece. And the ones on the side, those are if you have washers, which I just never bother. So I must have used the wrong hole without realizing it. Oh, come on. There we go. And then this little thing goes through the top part of the eyelet, and then you squish. And it's all good in the neighborhood. And then you lock it, put it in your pocket. I had to pay extra to get the box that it comes in, but it's the one thing that gets put away, and that might be because it has a box. You know what I'm saying? And then it goes in this drawer right next to me with my my stuff for my, what is it called? Could even have a little piece of that hanging off there. All right, I was also contemplating putting a button on here, but then I'd have to go find, oh, these are just a bunch of wood buttons. Oh yeah, these are a bunch of newer buttons that I bought on sale, I think. Oh, isn't that pretty? Is that little heart? No, that's little, that button. Now, I watch this lady that she shows signs and stuff all the time of things that look like other things. And it's not like I didn't already have an issue looking for those things. Oh my goodness. If I use a button, I want to use one of my vintage ones, and I can't get to that easily right now. So let's grab some charms. So when I first started doing junk journaling, I would buy, like, you know, more is more, right? So I would get stuff like 100 charms because it was cheaper that way, but then you end up with a bunch of charms you're never going to use. So I've gotten rid of them, a lot of them, but kept a lot of them. Also, I look at thrift stores to see what I can find. And this one is, so when you think about it, like, even if this was a $3 bracelet, which it might have been, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 charms, which makes them less than 50 cents a piece, and they're really pretty. So yeah, I try to think of things like that when I'm looking at jewelry, because I will often go and look for jewelry. Oh, these are some of the things that for Nature's Treasure that I had thought about using. My mom was just first starting to practice wrapping things. That one's good. That one's cool. It kind of looks like a heart too. Ooh, that's kind of heavy though. It'll end up somewhere on one of my things. Because I think I mentioned my mom's last Christmas, she had done some jewelry making. Oh, this goes this way. Okay, that's a little long for there. And part of it was wrapping some sea glass and stuff. And apparently some pieces of coral. So, you know, could even do something like that for Nature's Treasure and make it a charm or a dangle off the side of your journal or whatever. So these are my already made charms. And then I also have these that I have made in the past. I never did a video on these, but I got myself a little cheap, like a Dremel, but it's, you know, no name brand. And drilled holes and put these little eye hooks on there. And then some of these just have, you know, the E6000, I think. And you put these little things on the back. If I knew what they were called, I would tell you, but I don't know. And then these little dominoes, aren't they so cute? Usually find them at Christmas time at like Ross and places like that. Because, you know, people are like, hey, you can put these in your stocking. And I think they're just super cute. Then there's the bingo pieces, B10. B for Barbara. Hey, we might put a B on there. Let's see. If we do a B for Barbara, we should do an L for Louisa, right? Where's L? Do I have an L? So, I think it was easier to do these on the Scrabble pieces. Scrabble, yeah, those are Scrabble. I got some wooden... So I found these at the thrift store, so, you know, they weren't the whole game, it was just pieces. And Monopoly wood from a vintage game, back when they used to make made of wood. I'm still looking for an L, right? Bingo's not going to have an L. There's no L in the word bingo. If I hadn't found an L, I would have used an M. Because, you know, her real name is Manu. So I found an L for Louisa and a B for Barbara. So I think I'm going to put those on there. And then, let's see. Is there anything here that would like represent like the world? I don't know. Not really. Let's see. There's no safe place to put this. I have to put it away is what I have to do. How about in here? Oh, wings. That's too long. That's too long. I make them long, don't I? Ooh, that one's pretty and would look nice on this page. It's got the same green as there, so that's a potentiality. Ooh, or I could do the dragonfly and the L. I wouldn't have to do the that's too long. Why you make them all so long, lady? Oh, that one's shorter. A little owl. That one's cute too, and it's got like the violet that's in the butterfly up here. So yeah, maybe we'll just add that. So now I just need what's the word I want? Oh, I was gonna say I could do this. Hold on. I have some these bulb pins is one thing I was thinking about using. So that's a potentiality. You just kind of attach everything. Is this the one I was going to use? And that has a little thing on it. And then, alright. That makes it a little bit, oh, this, maybe if this one goes on first. Woo! It's falling. Catch me, I'm falling. Do, 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 do. I just needed to like, there was a little gap on that. So I needed to fix that. I'm like, where'd it go? Now, if this doesn't work, I can use a string for the bigger one that is, see, I didn't really need the eyelet if I was using the pin, that's all. So there we go. That can just hang off the side there. So that's one take on friendship bracelet. But like Louisa, I had lots of ideas. So, let me find a tag real quick that's already made. Oops, I picked this one because it matches the thing that I have. I don't need to make this super long, but you do need to make it probably at least twice as long as your bit you want at the top, or longer. I don't know what the rules are on that. I'm just going to do 4, I think. I'm not sure if I can really get... And I usually do this on the back because sometimes the picture is going to make me think it's... Okay, good, we have plenty of room. Make it think it's centered when it's not. This is just a badge. We don't need no stinking badges. And I just have that. I didn't buy it special. I already had it in my stuff. Because, you know, we use the badges and whatnot for preschool at church. Alright, so you just slip that through. And then pull that through like that. Like you would anything. And then I was thinking... Oh, I was thinking these had bigger holes on the top, but they don't really. Let's see. That has the word feathers in it, so it doesn't really make sense for this. Why would I open something the way you're supposed to? That's not how we do here. Your past determines... These are from Tim Holtz. Or, I wonder if one of the number ones is... See, all my charms are upstairs. That's part of the problem. Nope, those are just as small. Alright. I mean, I could go ahead and put a... I want to be improbable and afraid of nothing if I had wings. They shall have adventures. Live for the moment. You cannot put into words. The dream... that one will work. I just wanted something that I could basically, if I can get it through here, is put it onto, do I want to do it before? Do I want it to hang down here more? That's the thing. So I want to put this on now into one of these strings. Oh, I don't want that to happen though. Just saying, that wasn't the plan. I was just trying to think this might work if I could get that through that little dang hole. I know that there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. And there is potentially a will. There's just not a lot of smarts. Alright, alright, let's try a different one that didn't get all bent out of shape. Or did it? Oh, maybe if I put just a little bit of, but then I'd have to wait for the glue to dry. Alright, I want it to go this way, I think, so that it will. And I have no fingernails. And I had tweezers. Oh, here. Just use that, maybe. Potentially. Just poke it through there. Just get it through. Or use smaller thread that goes through more easily. Okay. So, that is on there. And then we're going to do that little slip knot thingamajig. Go through there. And make sure everything is pulled nice and fairly taut. And now I'm going to do like I did before, except for now I have 4 strings. And I'm not going to do 2. I'm just going to do 1 tie each on each thing. So I'm just going to attempt to hold the other thing with my finger. Alright, that's way short. Alright, 1. And once I do the first one, the rest should come easy. So I'm doing like I did before, but I'm just doing 1 instead of 2. So I'm taking the one to the left, going over the next one, going over, and then under, and then through, and then pull the one that's on the left, that you pull that up. Then doing it with the next one too, holding this one straight. The one that you just put over the last one now goes over this one, and like that. And now the one that you just put over the last one, the one that started way on the left, is now all the way to the right. And you just keep doing it until you run out, until you get it to the length you want, or you run out of one. I think I actually like it with just the one. It was interesting in my brain today where I was like, hey, just because I learned it this way doesn't mean that's the only way. Now, if you're interested and curious, Heather is still a very good friend. The one that taught me how to make the friendship bracelets. Yep. She is. In fact, you'll find her book. She wrote a book on junk journaling. So if you are new to junk journaling, she wrote a book, Junk Journaling for Beginners, and it's a really good book. And it's down in my description box. Speaking of friends, we have been friends since kindergarten. We were neighbors. We walked to school together. Went through some tough times together and good times together. And, you know, could be ourselves with each other. And that was a good thing to have when you're in the tumultuous growing years. So I'm just going to keep doing this and then I'll come back because this is just fiddly. Alright, I couldn't even tell you what I did for these 2 pieces where I took like the 2 right ones and the 2 left ones and knotted them in some weird way, probably not even the same way. And then for this last bit, I took 1 string and, you know, did the thing like, you know, like I did for all of them, except for went all over all 3 and tightened it up like, you know, like that. So it's basically these, but all over all the strings. And I'm hopeful that that will stay. And I'm just going to cut these off like this and kind of make them all scraggly, frayy little bits so that they look more like a fringe than yarn. So I'm just unraveling the yarn basically, you know, like it tries to do on its own sometimes, but we're doing it on purpose. And these do tend to twist, but that actually kind of looks cute. So there is my, has that cord been there the whole time? Oh my word. Seriously, I'm not redoing the video, but I will apologize for the stupid cord being in front of the video the whole dang time. Oh my goodness. I should totally redo the video. Well, I'll look. If it's there the whole time, I might cry. Anyway, I apologize. I'll just tell people to skip to the end if the cord really bothers you, just to see what I made. So I made a tab, added a charm, and did the little bracelet part on the tab, different than how I had it in my mind to do originally. And on this one, I just made a little topper for my tag, and I added the charm before I made that part. So it looks kind of cute. And I just use, this is just the little things of yarn that people usually use to make the dishcloths. I can't remember what it's called, but that's what this is. And the blue one I think is like macrame. There's no labels on them. You know there's no labels on them. Why would there be labels on them? And then this one I made earlier, and I'm going to somehow put it on something. But see, I already have my closure. I would have made a closure, but I already had my closure. Oh, somebody made a really cool closure. I forget who. And then for tomorrow, I got to figure out how to make something out of this, because this was literally a forgotten snack. I found it in my bag of yarn. I was like, oh, I forgot about that. So, yeah, tomorrow's going to be something with this Oreo wrapper. What? I don't know. Time will tell. Shortly, because I got to still make that video today. Oh, my goodness. It's good till January 20. Now I want an Oreo. All right. I'm not going to eat with you guys. So, yeah, that was friendship bracelet for today. Have a delightful day, guys. Love you.